JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Teen killed in St. Mary. An 18-year-old was shot and killed in Enfield, St. Mary on Saturday, a week after another man was killed in the community. Reports indicate that the teen, Sheldon Williams, otherwise called Jay, of a junior pen address, was walking along the roadway in Enfield about 9:30 p.m. on Saturday night when, upon reaching a lane in the community, a group of armed men reportedly approached him and opened fire. Reports are that Williams ran into a nearby premises where he collapsed. Residents, upon hearing the gunshots, called the police. When the police arrived, Williams was found suffering from gunshot wounds all over his body. He was taken to the Anatomy Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A motive for his killing is not known. Probe ordered into reported accidental shooting of police trainee in St. Thomas. The police line commanders ordered a probe into the reported accidental shooting of a trainee policeman by another at the Yellows Police Station in St. Thomas on Saturday. It is reported that about 1:20 p.m., the trainee policemen who are on orientation were in the kitchen area at the location. It is further reported that one of the trainee constables was armed with a Glock pistol, which reportedly fell, and while trying to retrieve it, the gun accidentally discharged a round. The bullet reportedly pierced a board partition and hit his colleague in his lower body. The injured trainee policeman was taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital for treatment. An investigation is now underway to ascertain the circumstances surrounding the incident. Man shot dead at his pre-birthday party in Westmoreland. A farmer was killed and another man injured in a gun attack at a pre-birthday party at Truro District in Frome, Westmoreland on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as 33-year-old Leon Anglin, otherwise called Rusty, from the community. Reports from the police saw that about 9:30 p.m., Anglin was hosting his pre-birthday celebrations at a sports bar when a motorcycle drove up with two men on board. The pillion disembarked the motorcycle and entered the venue where he opened gunfire before escaping on the motorcycle in the direction of Frome. When the shooting subsided, Anglin was discovered lying on his back in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to the head, while a male patron, who is also a farmer, was found suffering from a gunshot wound to his left shoulder. The injured man was assisted by citizens to the hospital, where he was admitted in a stable condition. Meanwhile, Anglin was later transported to the Samlamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. It is understood that Anglin would have marked his 34th birthday on Tuesday, May 7. Man charged with a body found wrapped in sheet along Spanish Town Road. The police have charged a man in connection with the killing of another, whose body was found wrapped in a sheet along Spanish Town Road in March. 30-year-old Nico Gordon of Rosetown, St. Andrew, was on Thursday charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and use of a firearm to commit a felony. His court date is being finalized. The charges stem from the killing of 27-year-old Kemori Forbes of North Avenue, Greenwich Farm, Kingston 13, whose body was discovered on Thursday, March 23. Reports are that about 9:35 a.m., the police, acting on information, found Forbes' body lying on his back, wrapped in a sheet. On Thursday, May 2, Gordon was apprehended by the police and taken into custody. A search warrant was executed, and a Taurus 9mm pistol was found in an abandoned building located at the back of his house. The police say he was thereafter interviewed, after which he was charged based on eyewitness statements that implicated him. Mother slapped with cruelty charge after son perishes in Westmoreland fire. The Westmoreland police have laid charges against 29-year-old Sharoni McDonald for cruelty to a child following the death of her 8-year-old son, who perished in a fire last weekend. The incident happened after 11 p.m. at their Top Lincoln, Grangeville residence. McDonald was charged following a witness statement. Reports from the police are that McDonald, the mother of Jamil Richardson, left him unattended in their one-bedroom concrete and wooden structured house. Citizens in the community then reportedly saw a fire coming from the house and heard the boy calling out for his mother. The residents rushed his assistance. However, the fire is said to have quickly engulfed the house, thwarting them from helping. It is understood that the police and the Savlamar Fire Department were alerted. During the cooling down operations, firemen reportedly found the charred remains of the Peggy Barrett primary student's body in the back section of the house. The house was destroyed along with its contents. The value of the damage has not yet been determined. Man sentenced to 23 years in prison for murder in Ocho Market. A St. Mary man was convicted for killing another man during a dispute in the Otrius Market in St. Anne 12 years ago, was on Friday sentenced to 23 years in prison when he appeared before the St. Anne Circuit Court. In passing judgment, presiding judge, Justice Andrea Pettigrew Collins, ruled that 53-year-old Peter Wilson must serve 18 years behind bars before becoming eligible for parole. He was convicted for the stabbing death of a man known only as Jackie. Prosecutors had led evidence that in January 2012, both men had a dispute inside the Otrius Market. Prosecutors say Wilson, who is disabled, after losing one of his arms, was able to overpower his victim and inflict the wounds to his body. The injured man was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The court was told that Wilson had a long history of violence. He had 3 previous convictions in 1991, 2000, and in 2011, all for the same offense of unlawful wounding. JPS on 72-hour strike notice. The Jamaica Public Service Company is facing likely disruption in its operations after being issued with a 72-hour strike notice. The National Workers' Union served the strike notice on the Light and Power Company on Friday. The union claims that, despite promises by the company's management, an agreement relating to the terms of employment of 30 workers is yet to come into effect. The NWU says the company agreed to convert the terms of the 30 employees from that of contract workers to permanent staff as of March 1, but there has been no movement on the issue. NWA vows to minimize problems for residents connected to the rest of St. Thomas Highway project. The National Works Agency is seeking to assure residents along the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project in St. Thomas that their concerns will be taken into account. The residents have been clamoring for attention to be paid to spots along the thoroughfare that are prone to landslides and possible flooding. Communication manager of the NWA, Stephen Shaw, said that the consultants will be reviewing the plans and designs for some of the locations in question.
We will certainly be giving to the residents no less of a corridor than that which they now are able to enjoy. We see where erosion is taking place in some areas. We know where they have concerns about flooding. We are going to be constructing new and improved drainage features, and many of these have already been put in place. And so we are really intent on ensuring that the persons here in St. Thomas benefit in a significant way from this project, especially those persons on the eastern side, because much of the activities to date have been concentrated on the western side of St. Thomas. Now we are turning our attention fully to the east.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.